You wake up to the soft clatter of clay. Your wife is already moving around, carefully setting out bowls in the dark. There's no sun yet, just the dull orange flicker of the oil lamp beside her, casting shadows across the walls of your home. You can hear the quiet bubbling of something in the hearth. It smells faintly of barley and ash. She doesn't speak. She doesn't need to. You've been married long enough that words don't mean much in the mornings. You sit up slowly. Your straw mat creaks beneath you, and the air inside the house is cool, almost damp. The floor is packed earth. The walls are sun-dried clay. A narrow wooden beam stretches overhead, holding the roof in place, blackened with soot from 1,000 fires. You reach for your tunic, rough linen, worn soft from years of use. As you pull it over your shoulders, you glance toward the doorway. There's no door, only a hanging piece of old fabric, swaying gently in the early breeze. One of your children shifts beneath a wool blanket near the wall. Another sighs in their sleep. The room is still quiet. Still yours. Outside, a rooster calls once, far off. Then again, closer. Your wife glances at you, her brow lifts. You know what it means. Time to get moving. You nod and slowly rise. Your knees pop softly as you stand. There's no rush, but the day won't wait forever. You step outside and breathe in the quiet. Stone, clay, wood, and dust. The village is made of it all. The roofs are thatched, the windows are cloth. Nothing moves yet, but you know it will. The sun hasn't crested the hills, but it's near. The olive trees are dark outlines in the pale morning light. You take a deep breath, and your feet press into the earth. Another day is beginning. Back inside, your wife sets down 2 small bowls, one filled with boiled barley, the other with crumbled cheese. You sit beside her on a stone block worn smooth with years of use. You eat slowly. The food is warm and simple. The barley is soft, and the cheese tastes of salt and clay pots. You wash it down with a sip of watered wine from a chipped clay cup. She says something about the goat's hoof. You nod. You'll look at it later. There is no fire left in the hearth, only ash and the memory of last night's heat. You rise and gather your tools. A wooden rake, a woven basket, a knife that's more handle than blade. Your wife gives you a small piece of dried fig wrapped in cloth, for later. You tuck it into your belt and kiss her forehead, not out of romance, but rhythm. Habit, the oldest kind of love. Outside, the light is spreading across the hills. The olive groves look silver in the early light. A few neighbors are already walking the narrow path toward the fields, baskets slung over their shoulders, eyes half closed with sleep. You join them. The village is quiet, but not silent. Chickens mutter. Doors creak open. A dog barks once and is done with it. You don't speak to anyone. No one really does, not yet. Words come later, when the sun has warmed the bones, and the hands have found their rhythm. You walk the path slowly, sandals slapping softly against the earth. The basket swings gently at your side. You pass a fig tree and touch its bark without thinking. The wind picks up again. The linen curtain behind you dances, and the smell of barley lingers on your breath. Another day has begun, just like yesterday, just like tomorrow. And still, somehow, it feels peaceful. The walk to the fields is quiet. It always is. You pass low stone walls, built by hands that have long since returned to the earth. Thorn bushes creep along their edges. Occasionally, you see the slow blink of a lizard basking in the first stretch of sunlight. The olive groves are waiting. They always are. Gnarled trees stretch out in uneven rows across the slope, their branches twisting like old fingers reaching toward the sky. You pause near the base of the nearest tree. You rest your basket on a flat rock, then crouch and inspect the soil. It's dry as expected. It hasn't rained in weeks. Still, the roots hold on. The work is repetitive, but not hard. Not if you've done it your whole life. You rake the soil gently, pulling weeds, making space for air and light. Occasionally, you collect stray olives that fell in the night. Most are bruised. You toss them into a smaller basket anyway. A cicada clicks loudly from a nearby branch. Another answers. Soon, the whole grove is buzzing. You stop and stretch your back. A neighbor further up the hill gives a half wave. You raise your hand in return, then go back to work. There's not much to say. Time passes slowly in the fields, but it does pass. After a while, you remove your sandals and dig your toes into the soil. It's warm now. Dry, but not unpleasant. You take a sip of water from a goatskin flask and chew a piece of the dried fig your wife wrapped for you. It's sweet, grainy, a little sour. The flavor sticks in your teeth. By mid-morning, the sun is fully above the hills. Your linen clings to your back. Sweat runs down your neck. You wipe your hands on your chiton and adjust your grip on the rake. Children run down one of the paths behind you, chasing a goat. Their laughter bounces between the trees. Someone yells after them, probably their mother. You smile to yourself. It's the kind of sound that doesn't bother you. Life goes on. Near the edge of the grove, you find a broken amphora half buried in the dirt. You pick it up. The edges are smooth from weather and time. You turn it in your hands, then set it on a rock, unsure why. Eventually, you sit under the largest tree. Its trunk splits into three, creating a seat shaped by nature. You rest your back against it and close your eyes. You can still hear the cicadas, the occasional cluck of a chicken, a man's voice singing faintly from another field. You don't fall asleep, but you don't really stay awake either. The day drifts on, like it always does. The sun is high now, directly above, and the shadows beneath the olive trees have grown thin and still. You stop working. Everyone does. Even the children have disappeared from the paths. There's no bell, no command, only heat, thick and heavy, pressing down from above. It tells everyone what time it is. You sit on a low stone wall near the edge of the grove. It's warm against your back. You pour the last of your water onto your hands and rub it over your face and neck. It doesn't cool you, but the motion feels good. From your perch, you can see the rooftops of the village. Thatched and sun-bleached, they shimmer slightly in the rising air. A thin column of smoke curls from one. Someone's baking, likely. A bee drifts past, then another. The cicadas haven't stopped. You lean back and stretch your legs. The dirt is pale and cracked where the sun has hit it directly. You dig your heel into it absently. Somewhere nearby, someone is snoring. You recognize the sound. It's an old man who always falls asleep under the same tree. You lie back on the wall and rest your head on your arm. The stone is uneven, but it doesn't matter. You close your eyes, not to sleep, just to rest. Time drifts. Insects buzz. A breeze stirs the upper branches, and for a moment, the leaves move like water. Light dances across your eyelids. You hear the soft crackle of dry grass and open your eyes slightly. A goat wanders by, pausing to sniff at your sandal. It blinks once, then continues on. A distant shout, not urgent, just someone calling to someone else. A chicken flaps noisily a few trees away. You let your eyes close again. The thoughts in your mind drift like boats on still water. One floats in, another drifts away. You're not holding on to any of them, just letting them come and go. The sounds blend. The sun warms your chest. Your hand rests on your stomach, rising and falling slowly. You could fall asleep here. Many do. But instead, you breathe in deep, then let it out slow. You sit up again, slowly. Your back protests. Your legs feel heavy. The stone has left an imprint on your arm. You stand and brush the dust from your chiton. Stretch once more. Then reach for your basket. It's not time to go home yet. Not quite, but it will be soon. You walk slowly back toward the center of the grove, where the trees are older and the shade is thicker. The work resumes, not out of duty, but rhythm. And so the day continues. The sun has begun its slow descent, softening everything it touches. The shadows grow longer. The grove is quieter now. Even the cicadas have calmed. You've gathered what olives you could, raked the last rows of dirt, and now your tools rest in your basket. There's no real end to the work, only a moment where your body tells you it's done. You wipe your hands on your chiton. They come away dusty and stained. You flex your fingers a few times before hoisting the basket onto your shoulder. The walk home is slower than the walk out. Your feet are tired, your legs heavier than before, but the path is familiar and the light is golden. Others walk with you. Neighbors, friends, no one saying much. Child walks a few steps ahead, humming a wordless tune. Someone further back is laughing, though you don't catch the joke. As you near the village, the smells begin to change. Smoke, herbs, baking bread. Your stomach responds before your mind does. A dog trots past, its tail low and lazy. You recognize it. It belongs to the widow near the well. Your home is where you left it. Clay walls, thatched roof, cloth curtain. You push the fabric aside and step inside. It's warmer now, in a comforting way. The hearth has been rekindled. Your wife stands over it, stirring again. The pot is different, thicker, richer. She glances at you, nods once and continues. You set your basket down and sit on the same stone block you used this morning. It feels more welcome now. Your children are awake and noisy. One of them hands you a small rock, shiny, unremarkable. You thank them like it's treasure. They grin and run off. Dinner is served in pieces. A bowl passed here, a chunk of bread torn there, goat cheese, lentils, a single fig sliced and shared among you all. The room is louder than it was this morning. Voices overlapping, bowls scraping. Someone hiccups, someone else coughs. You don't speak much. You eat, you listen, you watch. Your wife sits beside you now, her hands resting in her lap. One of the children has already fallen asleep against her side. The fire crackles gently. Outside, the sun has nearly vanished, painting the doorway with deep orange light. You lean back against the wall. Your stomach is full. Your eyes feel heavier than your limbs. There's still a little light left. Enough for one last task. You step outside and walk to the side of the house, where the small goats are penned. One of them limps slightly, the same one your wife mentioned this morning. You kneel and lift its hoof, inspecting the edge. A small stone lodged near the base. You ease it out gently, murmuring nothing in particular. The goat shifts, then settles. You pat its side and stand again, stretching once more. The sky is deeper now, not yet black, but close. A few stars blink high above, waiting their turn. You head back inside. The day is ending. You sit in silence for a while, back against the wall, the fire slowly shrinking in the hearth. The light is low now, shadows stretch long across the floor. The only real sound is the soft breath of your children, already asleep in a tangled bundle of limbs and blankets. Your wife moves quietly around the room, putting things away, covering the pot, folding a cloth. The kind of quiet labor that ends a day without ceremony. You reach for the oil lamp and adjust the wick. The flame settles low. It flickers across the clay walls, painting them with soft orange. Outside, the night has taken over completely. The air has cooled. The fabric at the doorway flutters gently with the breeze. You lie back on your mat, straw and wool, shaped over time to fit your body. It creaks beneath you as you shift. Your wife lies down beside you. You feel the warmth of her back as she settles in. Neither of you speaks. There's nothing that needs to be said. A dog barks once in the distance, then again, then silence. You close your eyes, listening to the small sounds of the night. Insects, wind, the slow pulse of life around you. The smell of smoke clings to the air. Your chest rises and falls, slow and steady. You think briefly of tomorrow, of olives, of dust, of bread. Then the thoughts fade. Everything slows, your hands unclench, your breathing deepens. The last thing you feel is the warmth of your home, the comfort of routine, and the soft hush of a world grown quiet. The rain begins, light at first, like someone gently brushing their fingers across the roof. It continues. You don't hear the rest. You're already asleep.